Unemployment, it's a word that strikes fear into the hearts of many. Simply put, it means you want a job, you need a job, but you can't find a job. It's like trying to find a parking spot in downtown Manhattan on a Saturday, frustrating, disheartening, and makes you want to scream into the void. Unemployment isn't just about empty pockets, it's about empty lives. It robs people of their dignity, their sense of purpose, and their ability to provide for themselves and their families. Imagine waking up every morning with nothing to do but worry about how you're going to pay the rent or put food on the table. That's the reality for millions of unemployed people. And it's not just the unemployed who suffer. High unemployment drags down the entire economy. Less money is being spent, businesses struggle to survive, and the government has to shell out more for social safety net programs. It's a vicious cycle that can be tough to break. So yeah, unemployment is a big, fat, hairy problem. Now, the million-dollar question, or should I say billion-dollar question. Why are so many people unemployed? Is it because there aren't enough jobs to go around, or is it something more insidious, like the government failing to create an environment where businesses can thrive and create jobs? Some argue it's a simple case of supply and demand. Too many people, not enough jobs. They point to automation and globalization as job-killing villains. Robots are taking over our factories, and companies are shipping jobs overseas to countries with lower wages. But let's not let the government off the hook so easily. Their policies, or lack thereof, play a huge role. Excessive regulations can stifle businesses, making it harder for them to hire new workers. And let's not forget about education and job training programs. Are we adequately preparing our workforce for the jobs of the future, or are we setting them up for failure? Okay, so people are out of work. What happens next? Enter the welfare system. It's a safety net designed to catch those who fall on hard times, providing them with a financial lifeline. Food stamps, housing assistance, unemployment benefits, they're all part of the social safety net. On the one hand, these programs are crucial. They prevent people from falling into abject poverty and give them a fighting chance to get back on their feet. No one should have to choose between putting food on the table and keeping a roof over their heads. But here's the catch. 22. The longer someone is on welfare, the harder it can be to get off. The system can create a cycle of dependency, trapping people in a web of government assistance. And let's be honest, the meager benefits often aren't enough to live on, let alone thrive. So, what's the solution? We need a system that provides a temporary safety net while also encouraging people to find work and become self-sufficient. Easier said than done, right? Here's a thought that might get some folks riled up. Is unemployment a deliberate power play by the government, a way to keep people down, dependent and easier to control? Now, I'm not saying this is definitely the case, but it's a question worth asking. Think about it. A large, unemployed population can lead to social unrest and instability. It's in the government's best interest to keep the masses content, even if that means keeping them just barely afloat. And what better way to do that than with a system that provides just enough to survive but not enough to thrive? Now, this might sound like some tinfoil hat conspiracy theory, but there's a kernel of truth to it. The distribution of resources, or lack thereof, can be used to maintain power imbalances. When a small percentage of the population controls the vast majority of wealth and resources, it's easier to dictate the terms for everyone else.